so I think we're good to go. Where do I want to start with this? All right. So sorry, it's been like a few days since I actually was working on this because I needed to get that Shigetono, well, that alter ego Tsukihime slash multiverse video out of the way, and it's been hard. It's been hot as fuck. Currently, we're dealing with a heat wave, so it's been 100 degrees like every single day. So, and they haven't turned on the AC in our barracks, so it's been pretty miserable. So I've been doing at least 30 minutes to an hour, taking a break so I don't heat cat. But we can get back to this finally. So I'll do an hour, take a break, and I have to start the outline for the next horror-based video. Okay, I think we're good to go. All right, let's get started. So I need to make sure we're at we did the prologue, so we need to make sure we're getting ready to go to Soul Sanctum. Oh shit! Oh, that's way too far. That's why I keep saying states. Okay. I mean, I technically don't need to do it yet. I can just get this started, then we'll get there. I've been in this game enough to know what's gonna happen next. And as usual, don't drink unless you're an adult. Okay. Technically was a rip. Whatever. Uh. It's gonna write watery grave, but that just gave me some PTSD. Poseidon, you're a bitch. You are such a bitch. Hmm. Okay, that's I like the way this is sounding so far. 3 years. That's how long it's been since the storm swallowed the world. Since the boulder took away their loved ones and dragged them into the watery abyss. Excuse me. Since rain and thunder. I've used since a lot. We don't need to. That's fine. Since rain and thunder toward the sky over Vale, since everything changed. Okay, that's we can just make adjustments as we go. do admit I kind of went a little bit. I didn't go overboard with the. We'll just call it question mark question mark question mark or mysterious figure. I did kind of go overboard, but I needed to make sure it held an impact. But it's gonna be in here, but not in the speaking role. It's just gonna be overlooking in the shadows. Soul Sanctum is pretty straightforward. Well, Prologue 2 into Soul Sanctum is like pretty straightforward. Things are gonna get like more hectic once we leave Vale, because I'll be playing on the Dawn of Din mod, which is gonna pretty good to coincide with the whole multiverse thing going with. Okay. And as usual, because since Isaac is a silent pro tag, his mind is fair game. In a sense, this kind of does play into the whole silent protagonist bit. Really? No, that's okay. So last time we only used the Rising Dragon flashback, but we can add a little bit more. We can add a little bit more just to again support the multiverse angle. Like he's seeing visions of things that will happen in the future, but I'm gonna be cute about it. I'm gonna throw in a couple of scenes that obviously don't happen in the game because I have the assets. Might as well go nuts. Fair game. Something's wrong. It's fucking spell. Be cheeky there. what do I want to do here? Because again, since I have the assets, I can it's pretty much fair game for us to like. It's fair game what I can do. Okay. So one thing that grinded my gears, and not so much, it didn't really grind my gears like that, is the fact that we talked about this angle before. Your brain activates its self defense mechanism, so your body doesn't have to recall pain. He just happens just to forget what happens over here in this encounter right there. I'm like, okay, just Garrett remembers, but you, for some weird reason, don't recall because you're a silent pro tag. So I'm gonna word this in a way that he knows obviously what's going on. He just chooses not to talk about it. That's the best way we can actually go about this. Oh yeah, I gotta mention. Um, so again, this right here is a complex project, so we're not in a rush to get this done. There's a lot of things we have to do on the side besides me doing script writing. I have to pretty much remake sprites, animate them, etc., etc., etc. So there's no specific time frame for this to be released. It's just script writing for this is extremely lengthy because there's a lot of lore, and I'm fixing plot holes and introducing new concepts because of a multiverse theory that we actually introducing because the big major plot hole that shows up here. So this doesn't have a time frame to be released. This is going to be done coincidentally, but congruently with my other projects. So after this, after I take my break, I'll be starting up the next horror one. Then I'll be doing the Metroid. Because we just did a Titan one literally a few minutes ago, a few hours ago. So again, this doesn't have a specific time frame to be released. I'll work on it when I have the time. It's a very complex project. It definitely is. I haven't fun doing this. It's just okay. Again, question mark, question mark, question mark. Is it being in limited capacity this time around? Because even when I was doing the script for that other video, I was like, I'm kind of going ham on this one, but I need to make sure it left an impact because it is central to the whole multiverse aspect. But I'm gonna introduce it again, but it's not gonna be in a speaking role. It's just gonna be observing things in the background. No. Three years. That's how long it's been since the storm swallowed their world. Excuse me. Since then, since the Weyard took away their loved ones and dragged them into the watery abyss, since rain and thunder tore the skies over Vale, or the sky over Vale, skies. That. Always proofread your stuff. Since rain and thunder tore the skies over Vale, since everything changed, time has passed, but the world never healed. It festered. It's the wound, sorry. Ugh. Time has passed, but the wound never healed. It festered. Isaac, once a boy who stood in the shadow of tragedy, now carries it with him. He has grown into something quiet, hardened, distant. Something is wrong. Visions plague him, of faces twisted in pain, of unknown structures with shining lights illuminated, of futures that haven't happened or never will. In some of them, the people he knows betray him. In others, he's gone entirely, like he was never born. He doesn't speak of it, not to Jenna, not to Garrett, not to anyone. Because what he sees isn't just a memory or nightmare. It's something else, a fracture, the truth trying to bleed through, and something sees him. A presence beyond this world, silent, suffocating, scheming. It watches. It waits. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I am not an alcoholic. Okay. Let's see. Where do I want to go about this next? We can do a little bit more detail. It's not that. Well, I don't want to get out. So it's not my word. So, give me a second. Be right back. Sorry about that. I people have come knocking on my door. I'm back. I was told it looked like I'm going to a Black Panther rally. All right, cool. All right, where were we? Oh, there's something sees him. A presence beyond this world, silent, suffocating, scheming. It watches, it waits. Okay. I was gonna roll touch him, but I did not want to right touch him. Okay, that's good. We have a cook that lives right next door to me, and he needed a lighter to go smoke. I had a Zippo on me, but it is, again, 100 degrees outside. I could not go outside and smoke in 100 degrees. Well, that's crazy. Okay. Okay. We can reintroduce people now. Oh, I should probably... Okay. We're about to see something funny. We're about to do some funny RNG manipulation. Minardi should be using Death Scythe, and Satoros will use Eruption. Yep. Oof. See? Called it! Oh man, you gotta love RNG manipulation. The reason why I know that, because I spent hours trying to get Minardi to use Fiery Blast, but she wasn't doing it. Then I was like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I need to make sure I'm at full health and I attack. Then she'll use Fiery Blast. Satoros will attack, then she'll use Nova. I'm not making that mistake yet, but we don't have any crazy ass encounters this time around. Okay, so where were we? One thing that really did grind my gears about Tyrell later on is like, I think he was referencing the fact that fire adepts are like hot-headed and cause destruction. And I'm like, do you not see the other fire adepts that you guys interact with? Besides, like, look at Jenna over there. Like she's like the most passive and a cool passive aggressive person imaginable. She's not going around blowing up shit. Like, Tyrell is such. Tyrell is. If I'm allowed to have an opinion, Tyrell is not a good character. Okay. Let's see what happened. Okay. I'm coming. All right. Oh, let's keep the lighter on. You never know what can come in handy. I have a good idea what to do here. Okay. I'm gonna do a funny because I'm gonna do a funny real quick. Okay. Okay, because again, this sequence kind of drags on. We're not gonna go into extreme detailing at all with this. We're just gonna let it play through. Okay, so carrying on what Jenna was saying. Yes. Yes. It would have. It would have been. Well, have I got a story for you? Yeah, things they don't end well 30 years later. Let's just say that. They definitely don't end well. Okay. Um I do admit doing this and doing that at the same time, it's hard, but I do need visual reference. It's been a long, long, long time since I played Golden Sun 1. Mostly because Golden Sun 2 it was just it fixed a lot of issues that Golden Sun 1 had. So I just have a funner time playing. And this game's very, very short. So if I have my Golden Sun fix, I'll just always go to 2. But yeah, it is kind of difficult doing like 3 things at once. Okay. So, but again, I'm having fun with this. This is actually a very interesting project. Okay. So we can reference what we just read a few minutes ago. So Jenna. We're gonna fix that. Again, there's a lot of things that are gonna be adjusting here. Unfortunately, I can't fix Crane. Not well. He's fine in the first 2 games. It's just when it comes to Dark Dawn, holy crap, he fits a very terrible trope that I hate. 15 more minutes. I'm gonna take a break because again, it's hot as fuck. Well, when I get out of work tomorrow, 'cause I do have to go back to work. We had a 3-day weekend, and when I get out of work, I'll work on this, and I'll work on the other one. But after I take my little break right now, I'll start up the outline for the next horror thing I have to do. Although they rarely. Speaking of mods, because again, I am gonna be using a mod for this specific plate after we're done with Soul Sync. I feel the Golden Sun Lost Age mod, that hard ass one, I can't remember what it's called. Holy shit, that was a very hard mod. I think I only got up to Moapa in the pre-Jupiter Lighthouse, but it was very stupidly tedious because he would auto defend. It wouldn't tell you he was defending, but you'll attack him and he'll be defending. And I'm like, you're supposed to like, you can't randomly decide you're gonna defend. Like, no. That just makes it super toxic. And he's unga bunga. Humans in this franchise are probably the hardest enemies you can fight. Depending on where you're at in the game. Okay. I'm literally doing like 4 things at once. How the hell am I even doing this right now? It reminds me of when I was playing through Fatal Frame 4 on the. It was on Dolphin. There was no keyboard, so there was no provisions for the Wii U camera. So I had to play on pad, keyboard, mouse at the same time. That was a fun experience. That I felt very salty when it came out on Steam. Like, goddamn, I went through all this shit. Because Fatal Frame 4 took the longest time to actually get approved to come out here. Doesn't seem to slow the key. Um, let's see. Where do I want to go with this? First of all, gotta save. That's for starters. I have to find out where the hell I'm gonna put. But again, I'm just throwing it as question mark, question mark, question mark. Shout out Silver, but I have no idea where I'm gonna put him yet. Okay, it's the. Yeah, we can do this, then we'll wrap it up. We live here. We literally live here. Right. I could, if I could spell for once. No. Minority's always trying to. Yo, minority's always trying to start shit. Uh, okay. All right, that's about 45 minutes of good work. But unfortunately, like I said, it's extremely hot right now. It's still like 90 plus. I'm already starting sweating bullets. So tomorrow, as soon as I get out of work, I'll continue this. I'll be back a little bit later, starting the outline for the next horror video. And besides that, good stuff. And I'll see people next time for some more Golden Sun script writing for the next Golden Sun lore video. Be out.